get setter for the details now, because a former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, has cast doubt on the formidability of the newly elected National Democratic Congress, NDC, executives. Now, in an interview on JoyNews, The Probe on Sunday, John Bailey said the NDC does not have a solid team to compete with the governing party. According to him, there is no basis to compare NPP and NDC national executives. He cited an instance of the opposing side using a game of football.
You know, a football team, you have goalkeeper for Hearts of Oak, goalkeeper for Kotoko, and you are putting them against each other. They will never even meet before the end of the 90 minutes. You have number 9 of Hearts of Oak and number 9 of Kotoko, and you are putting them together. That's not how it works. You understand? That's not how it works. You have a party in government, and you have a party in opposition. Also, party in opposition and their executives, their work is simple. Just sometimes make noise and go and sleep. It is exactly what happened when they were making that. But all these people are people that we've been working with over the years. Take Asedu Ketia, take who? Yamin, Ashanti region, Fifi Kwete, who again?
And then
who again?
We have the deputy. The current crop.
Who are they?
At least the top 3. General Secretary.
I'm saying these are people.
That's not worry your party.
No, these are people we work with. And when I listen to Asedu Ketia, for instance, and his explanation as to why they were not able to put together a competent team to collate their resource. If you listen, then you ask yourself, is there any basis to compare him to even anybody? Because you see, if you cause such a blunder, you can only correct it in 4 years' time. They caused it in 2016, and they were not able to correct it. They caused it again in 2020. So who are we comparing? Somebody who is incapable of giving job and monitoring and evaluating and making sure that, because the job is time bound, making sure that the necessary, back as General Secretary and tell me you weren't aware by the time you realized they couldn't collate the result. We even went ahead, in our case, even in 2016, we went ahead and did a mock elections. As if we were going to do the elections on X date. We did it. We had our polling agents at all the chosen constituencies that were doing the mock. We saw some challenges. We corrected. In 2020, Ashanti region, we had to repeat our mock there about 8 times.
You were prepared for the election.
To make sure that we were battle ready, we were fit for purpose. You understand? So if you are comparing such a person who is incapable of managing one major, you see, one thing is that.
So for you, the current leadership.
Wait.
So the
when I finish, you understand what I'm talking about. First of all, it is not even right to compare in the first place. Secondly, even if you want to compare, you realize that you are comparing somebody who is totally inefficient, who cannot manage the system. It's only noise.
It's not a solid team. It's not a solid team.
No, not really.
Oh.
There is a silver lining in every cloud, and the former General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party, NPP, John Bailey, seems to have discovered his after suffering a shocking defeat in July. Speaking publicly for the first time since being voted out of office, the politician said he was grateful to be relieved of the kind of burden that came with the role, while admitting that he sometimes misses his former job. He noted that now he has time to bond with his family, especially his 7-year-old son.
Yes, why not? I'll lie by not saying that. But I think I'm also relieved the kind of burden, so to speak. And it got to a point that even your attempt to explain things does not even go through. You understand? And when I also sat back, I was missing a lot. I didn't even know. I was there about 3 weeks ago. Then my son, who is around 6-7 years, said that, Dad, are you John Boydu or Nana Akufo-Addo? I said, why are you asking me that question? He said that one of his mates asked him whether his father is John Boydu or Nana Akufo-Addo. I said, what answer did you? He said, he doesn't know. You know why he said he doesn't know? He sees me once in a while. In the morning, some people come to my house, we do meetings, leave, come in a week's time. Sometimes you come, he's not even there, he's gone to school. So the interaction, I occasionally see people, then he will see you on telly, and all that. You can imagine what my elder children has gone through over the period. So sometimes if you are not very careful, you do these things. By the time you come home, you don't have any hope to attend to. So on that score, I think that all these things are things that God does to shape you in order for you to understand. Because if not, I wouldn't have known. Now I help him in his own work. I look at it, I go to his PTA meetings, I get in touch with the teachers to look at how best we can even help him in some subjects that he's incapable of appreciating and all that. And I think that we need that kind of
So your defeat has been some form of a blessing to you as well?
I think so.
Okay.
More so when, you see, in the New Patriotic Party, if you want to work, you don't need so much title to work for.
The outspoken politician in the 1 hour-long interview said despite his defeat, he's still committed to the party and will support the NPP from behind the scenes to break the eight as promised. Mr. Bredo lost to Justin Frimpong Odua, alias JFK, in the keenly contested election held at the Accra Sports Stadium in July 2022.
Orientation, and I was invited to take them to the organogram of the party. And I did so, and to their admiration. Like I said, I'm a member of National Executive National Council. So as and when there's the need, because we are not in full-time campaign yet, but there are a lot, elections is a process, it's not an event. So there are a lot of things that need to be done. And I'm doing a lot. I don't want you to even know some of the things. I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes because I started a lot of processes that will have to be continued. And we need to follow up, you understand? So specifically, if it's about designation, no, not now, but there are a lot of things that I have to do to ensure that the management of the party does not suffer at all.
Okay. So your commitment to bring to bear your experience and everything is still intact?
No, that's what I've no doubt. Because having spent all my youthful life and youthful days in doing such a risky job, risky because I remember towards 2016, even internally, the kind of challenges that we had, said that we couldn't even hold steering committee meetings at our headquarters. We are going to meetings as if we are preparing for war internally. So having gone through all this, there's no way at this level, especially at this time, where there is a need to do what has not been done ever before in this country, where a political party spends 2 terms and wants to succeed itself with a new presidential candidate. That calls for some new ideas and some change of direction in terms of how the campaign should go, particularly in this environment where because of our pandemic and other issues globally, almost all governments are suffering.
To other stories now, suspects cannot be compelled to give statements nor give police access to contents of their phone when arrested. These are just some of the rights of accused persons revealed on the law. Justice Srumsai of the Gimpa Law School urged citizens to enforce their rights when they are accused. Here are excerpts.
No longer just get someone, pick the person's phone and start searching. The same way, you cannot just walk into someone's home as a police official and then start asking the person to open his home to you to conduct a search. Yet we see police officers doing this every day. And so, for example, when you arrest someone, you cannot, as a police officer, just take the person's electronic device, be it computer, mobile phone, or any other electronic device, and then ask the person, hey, give me your password and let me go through. You can no longer do that. You need specific court warrant indicating that you have to search this. And the courts in those decisions have explained that you can, as a police officer, take hold of the gadget. But once you get hold of the gadget, there is no power vested in you to open it. You can take the gadget then to a court and ask for an order to open the gadget and go through. So what I'm saying is that if you're a citizen and you are watching this program, know very well that no police official has any power or authority whatsoever to pick your gadget from you and start searching through for whatever evidence they want.
Meanwhile, lawyer and author of Adom Legal Consult, Daniel Korang, also insists it is against the law to pay police any amount for bail.
We don't pay for bail. Bail is not for sale in Ghana. If I should repeat, bail at the police station is not for sale. So when you go to the police station and somebody asks you to pay money, you tell the person you need a receipt for that, a public receipt. So that when you pay, they issue receipt. If they cannot issue receipt, you don't give them money for that.
He adds that the police has no right to seize drivers' licenses.
What we see often is that maybe just as the questioner said, you have wrongly parked somewhere at a no parking space. The police comes to you and says, you haven't parked well, bring your license. This is not done anywhere. If the person has not parked well and he has committed a crime, you arrest him. You don't seize his license.
Now, the Boku Security Council is sending an urgent appeal for immediate state intervention to halt the unending conflict in the area following reports unidentified militia has begun indiscriminate killings targeting ordinary residents. Now, the latest violence has caused the death of at least 7 people in less than 72 hours, leaving others injured. Boku remains a hotspot as residents have for years had to contend with unending ethnic conflicts. Listen to Boku MCE Amadou Hamza Zanga.
Some people who alleged to be military personnel were very military, but they're not the real military.
Have you heard from the military commander in your area? Because
he came to me. The police commander was here. The two of them all were here. They saw the incident. They saw the people. I have.
And is he able to account for his men in the area? Does he know where they all went on the said day?
Absolutely. That is exactly what he's telling me. And that is what the divisional police commander Adamu Stenu also told me.
Right. So what's the situation like now, seeing that this was very close to your doorstep?
Very, very close, man. So I'm wondering. And that's why I am trying to find out from the military and the police commanders what is happening in Boku. Look, I'm not talking because they are my neighbors. I must be worried because they are my neighbors. I am worried because some innocent souls in every part of Boku have been killed in that cold manner. I'm wondering, the life of every single person in Boku matter to me as a municipal chief executive. Yesterday they went to an area which is not closer to my area. They equally killed a woman and a husband, and they moved to the next house to kill another lady there. Previously last, an old man was killed and his son was shot at. His son didn't die on the spot. The son was taken to Vineyard Hospital and later died. This is complete violence with impunity. For example, there were other people that were killed. So many people were killed in Boko. You cannot even mention the names of those people. A woman was murdered. In Bahunga. This woman, apparently, the information I gathered was that people also wore military uniform and they got there. That is what I am getting. Those are the information that comes to me as the chairman of the Municipal Security Council.
He reveals the unending conflict is hampering development in the area.
One old man who was murdered, and I told you the son died later in the hospital. Baba Salam, I can now figure the name. It's completely nonsense. We don't have to do that. Why should we begin to kill ourselves again in this conflict? I am seriously working on development projects in Boku to propel the needed development that Boku is lagging over the years. And that is the period for 1 year I'm not able to do a proper developmental agenda for the people of Boku. The government of Ghana is stressing so much that the desire to get the people of Boku the needed development projects that we need as a municipality. Government has gone to look for funding from the World Bank, a loan facility to actually raise the standards of Boku from its current status to a more modernized urban city. The the program is running and for 35 municipal assemblies. But who happens to be one of the few assemblies in the country that is benefiting from this facility? Millions of Ghana cedis pouring in and redesigning the Boko market and trying to make sure I construct roads for the people of Boko, provide them with water, give them necessary electricity to be able to do their daily activities. And this impunity keep on going. I think that there's a need for central government to take a holistic approach of this whole thing.
Right.
People are running away from their homes from Dadue. People have vacated their residence in Zongo. Other communities where I live, a lot of people have moved out of those areas. What is
The Peace Council says it is working hand in hand with relevant traditional authorities to find a lasting solution. Reverend Ernest Edujemfi is chairman of the council.
The longer this conflict continues, the more avenues criminals are likely to come into the situation. And from what he is saying now, the impression I have is that there are some other people who have infiltrated into the community who are doing these things. And it's because the conflict is on, these criminals can also come in and do all the things that are happening. My view is that we should be able to get the Southeast and the Mapitso leadership together, especially between the Bokunaba and the Nairi. Whatever means we have to adopt to get these two top chiefs together to agree to talk to their people to cease fire is a critical thing that we need now. If we're able to get them to get their people to cease fire, then it becomes easier for the military and the security apparatus to fish out these criminals who have infiltrated the system. If they don't cease fire, then we're going to have all these guys running around killing people innocently. And it will be difficult to hold anybody responsible because it appears that the two communities are doing this, whereas it may not be coming from them.
Let's go to Parliament now because the NDC minority there is still after Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta, despite losing the censure motion after the majority side walked out. NDC MP for Tamale Central Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed says the minister must be prosecuted for perjury and claims the minister lied when he appeared before the ad hoc committee put together to investigate the minority claims against him.
If the man duly and natural justice demand that he must be heard, he must be properly represented. So if he chooses that he wants to be represented by a lawyer who is not a member of parliament, it is not we or the speaker who must determine to him who represents him. Yeah. He must determine. And lo and behold, when he appeared before the committee, he appeared with a lawyer who is not a member of parliament. So our suggestion was that he could get any of them to represent him. Mind you, all the 137 members of parliament said they want him to go. Per the admission of the majority leader. So he perhaps he knew this, and he knew that I could not get anybody who wants me to go. So the speaker's ruling was to affirm this natural justice principle of being given the opportunity to be heard and to be represented. And the speaker has been vindicated because he brought a lawyer to represent him. Whatever the case is, we were not happy with that. But if you sit down and you want to insulate the emotions, what the speaker did for me was the best. To be very honest with you, I had some issues with our committee because I felt that the infractions were bordered on finance, bordered on his activities or actions on energy. So I was having an issue. I felt that we should have had someone from finance, on the committee from our side. We had legal representation. We should have had someone who served in the energy committee. These were the few issues, but they did an excellent job. Another misrepresentation, when the committee decided that certain things should be flagged, and they said, the same thing. Why? You want to get a minister censured. You gave your grounds on which you think that he must be censured. The speaker constitutes the committee, and the committee says that this one is beyond parliament. It must only be done by a court and strike it out. How is that a defeat to the committee? When he sat there, he misrepresented facts. And some of them say, the explanation. He misrepresented facts. If we are going to take this, we are going to engage in exposing some of the misrepresentation. And I have called that he should be prosecuted for perjury. Because if you swear oath and you lie, you should be prosecuted for perjury. And I have made this public pronouncement that I think that man should be prosecuted for perjury, for lying before the committee. And let's see how our leadership takes it.
Victims of fire outbreaks are counting their losses as their properties went up in flames on Christmas Day. According to the Ghana National Fire Service, 44 fire outbreaks were recorded across the country. There were 11 fire outbreaks in Tema, 6 in the Ashanti region, and 5 in Accra. Thankfully, there are no reported casualties. A CFO, Timothy Asafo, is the PRO of the service, and he spoke to my colleague, Ernest Kojomenu.
We have Tema 11, Ashanti 6, Accra 5, right. Northern and Bono regions 4 respectively, Central region 3, okay. Eastern, Northeast, Volta, Bono and Western regions 2 each, with the Upper East region recording 1. So these are the distributions.
Were they all domestic in nature?
So, out of the total, 19 were domestic, 9 commercial, 8 bush, 5 vehicular, 2 electrical installations, and 1 crown fire. So this by category, these were the figures.
Right. And thankfully, as we are learning, there were no reported casualties, but any serious injuries recorded at all so far?
So when we say there are no casualties, it means in general, including deaths and injury.
Right.
When we have any, we'll indicate.
And what is the plan for this festive season? And I ask this question because often there's the concern about your response to emergencies. And around this time where there'll be a lot of engagement with fire, domestically, from the kitchen, industrial as well, a lot of production ongoing. Is there any special arrangement for this festive season for people to have quick and easy access to the fire service?
Yes, yes, what we are doing now is to put a lot of men on visibility duties. And so it will be easier for people to see and call for assistance. Then again, we also have a lot of men deployed for educational purposes. And so wherever you are, you see us coming around.
You're still watching Joy News. Today we're going to take a quick breather, but still to come, Ghana Police Service warns faith-based organizations to practice your faith within the confines of the law to ensure a safe, secure environment free of anxiety generated from predictions of impending harm, danger, or death. We have details of the statement right after this. You're welcome back. Now, the Ghana Police Service has reminded all, especially faith-based organizations, that the law on the communication of prophecies is still in force. It prohibits the public communication of doomsday prophecies, particularly of deaths and harm, and similar ones with the potential to lead to the breakdown of law and order. Kweku Asante joins us via Zoom with details of that police statement. Kweku, what does the statement contain?
So, Mapitso, you will recall that last year the police put out a similar statement urging pastors, prophets, and other such faith workers to not use prophecy on 31st night or other similar days to cause fear and panic. The police are putting out another similar statement. They say that they first say that they are reminding Ghanaians and pastors of this specific directive that came from the IGP last year. It says that as the year 2022 draws to a close, we would wish to once again entreat the general public, especially faith-based groups, to ensure continuous compliance with the law as it relates to the communication of prophecies. Let us continue to remember that whereas we have the right to practice our faith in religion, freedom of worship and speech, this right must not be exercised in violation of the rights of others and the public interest. And so as part of sustaining the gains we've made so far, the police service has adopted 27 December each year as Prophecy Communication Compliance Day, and they are putting out this message as a warning that the police will be on hand to clamp down on any prophecy that affects the rights of others' maps.
My colleague Kweko Asante there with details of that statement. Let's do other stories now. The Sea of Galilee was where Jesus Christ performed that miraculous fish catch. It was also where he walked on water, and he invited his disciple Peter to do the same. As Christians mark the birth of Christ, quite a number of them are spending time on the sea, otherwise known as Lake Galilee in Jerusalem. Now, with faith, they expect a similar divine interventions in various aspects of their lives. Emefa Tiamo Eli was on the Sea of Galilee and tells us more.
Thank you. For pilgrims visiting the Sea of Galilee, it is religiously intriguing for them to be in a place
it's fine.
Jesus has been, while in close touch with the landmarks where he demonstrated God's power to the ordinary man.
Here is the Sea of Galilee. Scores of Christians gathered here, washing their feet, having a feel of the water on which Jesus walked with his disciple here in Israel. So, for Christians here, this is a spiritual activity, just having that experience of walking in the footsteps of Jesus. Some critical historic places that Jesus has been, they are just excited to be part of the story. And that's how come you can see quite a number of people in this video. This is the Sea of Galilee in Israel.
Immersing oneself in that atmosphere and appreciating the historical account of events between Christ and his disciples is practically unavoidable for anyone having a boat ride on the lake.
For the blessings of God.
Beyond the physical experience, it is also about being in touch with the supernatural, which many pilgrims would not take for granted. The Sea of Galilee, otherwise known as Lake Tiberias, is believed to be the largest freshwater body in Israel. It is largely fed by River Jordan and underground springs. As a desert country, Israel relies greatly on Lake Galilee for freshwater supply for citizens. It is on the same sea that the Bible refers to Jesus performing the miraculous catch of fish with Peter and his colleague fishermen who had been at sea for 3 good days without a catch. The moment of being in touch with nature and at a place where Jesus Christ has been is irresistible for first-time visitors to the lake.
It has been very great. I love this.
Go inside where? Let me take you. Don't go and kneel down. Just do it. Which can see?
Like that. Just hold it like that. Firm. Experience. How does it feel to walk in the Sea of Galilee?
I feel so great because initially it was a pictorial something, but now I can see I'm seeing it for real. So it wasn't anything that I can describe from afar. I can simply say this is the Sea of Galilee. I can describe it well. God bless you.
God bless you too.
And back here in Accra, thousands of patrons thronged the Ebri Botanical Gardens to partake in the fun-filled Fright-Hall Joy FM family party in the park. For many, this was arguably the best time spent with family. Michael Ashali was there and has the details of how it all went down yesterday.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
On Boxing Day, the Ebri Botanical Gardens was the place to be as it hosted thousands for the Fright-Hall Joy FM family party in the park. They enjoyed the company of their families or simply danced to tunes blasting from the speakers. For many, it was time to wind down and spend good quality time with family.
I think it's great. Okay. And it's fun. So you can come here with your family and have fun.
Okay. So your family, what have you done?
For now, we are enjoying ourselves because it's long time seeing each other and sitting down well like this.
Oh, it's been very nice. I'm very happy. This is my first time coming, but it's been very nice. I'm extremely happy about it.
Wait, what's your name?
Elvis.
Elvis.
Yeah.
Elvis, are you enjoying yourself?
Yes.
Wonderful. Give me 5. Yeah. Wonderful.
Very exciting. Very, very exciting. It's my first time, and I'm so glad to be here. There is no place to be than here. Yes.
But you didn't come alone, right?
No, I didn't come. I came with some friends. They are in there.
We've been having fun. Eating, walking about, playing with kids, yes.
Why is this special?
I think to have fun with family, sitting together as family and having fun. Yes, it's very special.
Why, is it because the whole year you haven't had the opportunity to do so?
Yes, the whole year it's been working, going up and down. We've been busy, so we've decided to use today to have fun and sit down as a family.
Oh, we've been dancing, having fun. The children went to the bouncy castle, so we are cool. We are just having fun.
For the kids, some jumped all day in the bouncy castle. Others spent their time giving their faces a facelift.
No, we just ask them what they want, then we try and draw it.
You try and draw it? You're not scared you disappoint a child?
A little scared, but you need to try.
So what are you doing on this gentleman's face?
You know, he wants Spider-Man.
He wants Spider-Man. Okay, let me ask you, what's your name?
My brother Philip, 5th.
Philip? Okay, Philip, I mean, why do you want Spider-Man on your face?
Because it's nice.
It's nice? I mean, how does he inspire you?
He swings around with his spider web and save everybody.
I see. So you want to save people too?
Yes.
What do you want to do in future?
I want to be a doctor.
Doctor? Why?
Because I want to save people.
Wanted to draw on your face?
A Spider-Man.
Spider-Man? Why Spider-Man?
Because it's my favorite superhero.
I see.
But many more spent their time in the old helicopter relic at the center of the park.
I have just been roaming around, yes, entering the helicopter and just...
Why the helicopter?
Yes.
Why the helicopter?
Because it's just a historical location, so I just enter inside to have fun.
There were lots of events for all and sundry, including musical chairs. And then the very competitive frito cooking competition. 4 families were tasked to cook jollof with limited ingredients under 50 minutes. At the end of the day, the Afeku Bludo family was crowned winner.
So the first position goes to the Afeku Bludo family. Well done, well done, well done.
I told you!
Charlie, we are so happy, so happy. You know, I told you from the beginning that there's something special we are doing that's going to guarantee us the first position, and we got it, and we are so happy!
It was a long and eventful day, but certainly a day well spent.
Of course, if God willing, if I'm alive, I'll be here with my family and have good time with them. Because I can't tell next year whether I will be alive or not. But I'm praying that next year God should give me alive so that I'll be here.
How do you see the family party in the park?
Oh, it's very great. Joy FM has done very well because most of us parents were in the house. We didn't know where to go, so we just grabbed the opportunity to come. It's very great. You've done well, and we hope next year you do it much bigger.
we'll definitely do it much bigger next year. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate us?
I'll give you 10 over 10.
Thank you very much. Finally, so a perfect score for the Friday Joy FM family party in the park.
For most of those in the park, the highlight of the day was when sensational music acts Kiddy and Kwame Eugene took the stage to perform their biggest songs. For Joy News, Michael Ashali.
Make sure you join us next year for an even bigger and better Joy FM family party in the park. You're still watching Joy News today. Up next is business.
Hi, good afternoon. Welcome to Business. My name is Darrell Kwao. The Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry is calling for an aggressive tracking of homegrown policies in a coherent manner that will propel economic growth next year. According to the Chamber, promoting Made in Ghana goods will integrate the Ghana Economic Program, thereby translating into job creation. The Chamber is therefore pledging its commitment to support government in bringing the economy back to a sustainable level in 2023. Clement Osayama is president of the Chamber.
While the GNCCI anticipates global economic easing on account of foreign crude oil prices and weakening of the dollar, there is the need to aggressively pursue homegrown policy in a coherent manner. The GNCCI will continue to champion the micro path of building competitive and resilient business and industrial cluster through the value chain development and mapping approach. Promoting Made in Ghana goods would also require that we integrate the wholesale and the retail sector into Ghana Economic Development Program. These efforts will certainly have significant impact on job creation, food security, import substitution, foreign exchange, and microeconomic prudence. Let me assure you, our members, and the wider business community of GNCCI's firm's commitment to meaningfully engage government and other stakeholders towards ensuring a sound and robust business and investment climate in 2023 and beyond.
Now, prices of crude oil, shipping charges, unstable exchange rate regime, among other factors this year, are said to have impacted negatively on businesses locally, with Gasem Limited being no exception. The cement producer, however, believes despite the impact on production and distribution, 2023 could paint a better picture for businesses. Commercial manager for Gasem, Tema Kwesi Chere, was speaking at the swearing-in of new executives of the Greater Accra Distributors Union for Gasem. Correspondent Kwame Yanka has more in this report.
For Gasem Limited, 2022 could be largely described as a challenging year due to how external and internal factors negatively affected cement production and distribution. Representing management at the swearing-in of the new executives, commercial manager for Gasem, Tema Kwesi Chere, urged the distributors to stay committed to the Gasem brand. He is hopeful for the business year ahead.
Basically, from the international environment, it has been very, very challenging, as well as our local environment over here. I think we have all felt it this year, and I pray that next year bring joy to our distributors. Next year bring joy to the business that we are in. Next year bring joy to individual homes. It is because of our distributors, our cherished distributors, that we exist.
Chair of Ghana Distributors Union, Greater Accra Region, Issa Sai, who retained his seat, has identified a number of issues to tackle. These include reorganizing the distributors in the region, the need to sell at competitive prices, avoiding outrageous profits, among others.
If I say we have more to do, is the distributors in Greater Accra. We have a direct retailers and we have indirect retailers. And I have to tackle the direct retailers and talk to them, having meetings with them so that we can all sell at the local market equally, not to cripple some of the distributors. And we have to work and get profit so that we can pay our taxes as well.
Meanwhile, organizer for the union, Robert Annan, would want to see the city perform much better, as well as reduction in fuel prices.
The challenges we have is about the fuel and then the dollar. So Ghana is like, we are not using dollars here, but most of our big business people, they do use dollar to buy goods from outside. So because of that, it's like we have facing challenges on the dollar. It's like the dollar is going down, and I heard that it will go down more, and the fuel too, by the next year, 2023, it will come down more, because I heard the government now is going to change the fuel with a good, because we have a lot of good in the country. So it's like the government, he thinks that if we use the good to exchange the fuel, it will benefit us and to let the cost of the living in the country will be coming down.
The executive body will steer affairs of the distributors over the next 4 years.
All right, and that's it for business. More coming up on the marketplace at the top of the hour. More news after this break.
And in showbiz, it was an electrifying night at the Kumasi Rotary Park as patrons of the Love and Show FM Night with the Stars were treated to quality music by some of Ghana's great music acts. For many of these patrons, they wish the night never ended as they partied away their stress and revitalized their body and soul for the coming year. Here are some highlights from the event.
A night of unstoppable 6 hours of music performances from some of Ghana's great artists. With their soothing tunes, Jackie opened the night with some of her great hits. Calling the man with the best contemporary lyrics for love, and he won't be wrong, Akwaba Jr. rekindled love at the night jam. The night was only getting younger when Tadi sensation Kofi Kinata and the king of high life music, Abrantie Amachi Dede, treated patrons to some good high life music. Ladies' favorite, Kwabna Kwabna, gave the ladies a special treat. Then came the icing on the cake, Samini electrifying the audience with local dancehall music. Patrons were never weary of the night.
Well, actually, Kofi Kinata, I am one of his biggest fans. So, as you can see, I can sing all of his songs from A to Z. I actually saw Kofi Kinata on the bill. So he was the reason I came here. And I also came here to release stress. I'm dancing my problems out.
I feel me yare pa.
and it's after to me. Now go back to be on camera. Except to me, chimney. So I say, you know, hey, a bit of hey, you're away, you're free, you're better, and I couldn't know what me at that. But I want to be one of my own in our call, and they say, Jenny.
Oh, so you can see her dancing. Sometimes I don't even go out, but today I'm here, and then I'm happy to be here. Yeah.
With the performances you've seen so far, how will you rate this program?
Let's say 10 over 10 and then 9 over 10. It's not bad, yeah.
I'm having fun. I'm going one here, and we are really excited for what we are doing. We are pay for what we are really want to enjoy. So we are having fun. We are having fun.
Christmas is supposed to be a normal time, but Christmas you have to enjoy yourself. You give thanks to God, then you happy your soul because you don't know tomorrow. And we have today. So far we have today, you have to live today. So it's an opportunity for me to just release stress.
If you are any young crown about any, and also the Amaba, my empire, be a man, Sama, as you ever do, and I know, dear, I am I want any
The performers were overwhelmed by the numbers and the reception at the event.
Kumasi is always lovely. Kumasi is always like home to me. So thank you so much. Kumasi is amazing, and I owe a lot of gratitude to Kumasi people.
The support, the love, it's overwhelming. You get it. Look at if you watch the crowd, the way they were singing every song after song. I mean, what else do I want, or what more can I ask for? You get it. This Asante Makwabwa in the building.
The energy level, Charlie, is very massive. Big ups to those who organize the show. Yes, sound, everything at some point. Yeah.
For many of these patrons, it was a night well spent. For Joy News, Emmanuel Bright Kriku reporting.
And that's how we end Joy News today. For more news, you can log on to myjoyonline.com. I am Mapitso Sebidi. The Marketplace is up next with Darryl Kwao.